Hello everyone, my name is Jean King. I am the author of Organic Is Not Yucky, an introduction to organic baking for the home baker. And I thank you so much for buying my book. I really appreciate it, and I know you're going to enjoy every recipe in the book. They're all proven and tested. Today we're going to make, right now we're making one of the most favorite things I love to make. I love to eat. I had to stop myself from doing it. We're making sweet cornbread today. Look at it. It's beautiful. That's my friend right there. I eat cornbread for the rest of my life. So we have eggs, butter, coconut milk, vanilla, cornmeal, cane sugar, aluminum-free powdered sugar, all-purpose organic flour, and that vanilla is organic, and that coconut milk is organic also. You guys, wherever you can find the best price, I suggest you do so. The coconut milk, I always tell everybody, $8.99 at Costco, 6 cans, $1.50. The organic vanilla was about $7.50 for 4 ounces. Just wherever you get it on sale, please. Don't pay full price. I don't like to do that. So what we're doing is going to mix the butter is room temperature, so it blends very well with the coconut milk, eggs, and the vanilla. So yes, this is sweet cornbread. It does have vanilla. You can leave it out if you want to. It's still good. It's so good. So I'm just making sure that room temperature butter, look how that just incorporates really nicely. You can melt the butter if you choose to. I just didn't want to. That's all. You can melt the butter, but room temperature, look how smooth that is. It looks like it's a cake batter, but it's not. That's the butter looking good like that. The butter and the coconut milk. And then we're going to now mix our dry ingredients. We're going to put them together. That's the flour, the sugar, baking powder, salt, and cornmeal. Just whisk it together. Make sure that you have an even color. That's all. And I like using glass bowls when I can because I can see the bottom and know that I didn't leave a bunch of cornmeal on the bottom like I've had in the past. This is a really, really simple recipe. I'm trying to look on the bottom there. There we go. I can see a little bit of something, so I keep mixing. You don't have to do all that. I just do that because I've had mistakes in the past where I just left lumps, and I don't like that. I want it to be even. So you got your 2 bowls. You can mix your 2 bowls. Look at that love going in there. Everything is at room temperature. I believe the coconut milk, I usually keep it in the refrigerator. No, that was not room temperature. That was still cold, so that's why it's kind of a little thick. But either way, it still worked. Now, you mix this together. It's so smooth. It's so precious. It's a little thick, so don't worry about it. It's going to come out so wonderfully well. It's just, look at that, 2 bowls of love. That's all it is. You put them together, and they make a baby called cornbread. Yeah. Thank God for cornbread, y'all. I just gotta have cornbread forever, I'm telling you. I'm gonna make a cookbook just for cornbreads one day. Just wait. Look at that there. So now, the next segment, after we've mixed all of our love together, I'm gonna show you how I do my parchment paper. It's very simple. I line the edges up, and yes, I use parchment paper to save calories. That's my #1 reason. The second reason is easy cleanup. And you may see some ashy hands here. Yes, you do, because I'm the ashy hand cook. I wash my hands a lot, but I don't want to put lotion on and cook with lotion on my hands. That just doesn't seem right. So maybe I should put some oil on there, so, some safflower oil. But anyway, so as you see, I'm making the parchment the shape of the pan. Not exactly, because I get that way. I make sure it fits. Sometimes it doesn't. I have to reshape the parchment. So now I'm going to do is slice the edges and kind of make it a little more easier to work with. And you see, you're going to see in a moment how this all comes together. If you choose to go ahead and butter or oil your pan or butter and flour it, you can, but flour and your fat and your flour always add more calories. I'm not saying you need to be on a diet to do this, but why add more when you don't have to? Because flour and oil just are very caloric. So you see I'm putting that there, trying to keep it inside. Sometimes this works very well. Sometimes the curve, because it's a rolled parchment, it just rolls in. You may want to use clips, little clips on the side to hold down the parchment paper as you pour your batter in. Make sure they're clean because you don't want to add anything contaminated into your food, of course. So now I am pouring the batter in, and forgive me here, what am I doing? Why is that in a different bowl? I changed bowls for some reason. Please don't ask me why. Maybe I'll explain it to you later. But the batter goes, I think I needed a bigger bowl. It wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. I needed to mix it up. So either way, I have a different bowl here, but make sure we get everything out of that bowl. And look at that batter. Look at that smooth fluff going in there. Look at that. When you're in your kitchen and you're the chef of your own kitchen, you do a lot of things to make it happen. This recipe, for you, just so you guys know, if you follow this in time with me, you don't even have to follow me exactly if you already have your parchment paper done. Once you start to mix, this is a 5-minute, 10-minute recipe. Once you have everything measured out, you might be able to measure everything out and do everything in 15 minutes. That's how fast this is. This is beautiful. And I'm trying to be perfect, trying to get it to the sides. Look at that. Oh, and I'm trying not to touch the parchment paper at the top too much because I don't like my batter burning in the oven on the top edges of the parchment paper. Look at Precious. I do put this on 400 degrees and it still takes 25-35 minutes. Look at it. Now it's time to look at it. I probably check for doneness too many times, but I do this, 3 or 4 times. I know it's done, but I want you guys to see what it should look like. I know it's done though. Look at that. Perfect. You can use any kind of pan with this recipe. Just know your equipment. Look at that. Comes off the edges nice and smooth. It's not when you use a 9x13, you can see it's not that thick. But if you want a thicker piece of cornbread, it may take a little longer. If you have a more shallow or a pan that's a little more in depth, like 8x2, and you fill it all with batter, this will take maybe 40 minutes because it'll be twice as thick. But look at that. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy this. My name is Cookin' Mean Jean, and I will see you later.